the biggest entrepreneur platform on the planet. This is Business Rockstars. Welcome to Business Rockstars. Joining me right now, we've got Ashley Sumner and Gianna Wurtzel. They are the co-founders of Quilt. Thanks for being here, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Love what you're doing. If you could take me back to the beginning of kind of your entrepreneurial journeys and how you guys came together and started Quilt.
I was running a community in Venice for women, so a co-working space out of a home. Ashley was running an incredible, big brand kind of co-working space.
Yep. I remember walking into her space and so many women kind of bombarding me, but in a beautiful way, and asking me how I was feeling, and just very like sweet, grounded women, and then meeting her and realizing that it came from her. So we had the chance to slow burn over a year of just showing up for one another and seeing where the relationship went, and then decided to become business partners.
Explain what Quilt is and why there's such a need for it.
So Quilt is currently a website where women can come and list their homes to other women to come and co-work and gather. So right now, if you go onto Quilt, you can choose the location and the day that you're looking for, and see a list of homes and the women hosting out of those homes. And you might be drawn to one home to say, okay, great, this is in Mar Vista, that's the area that I'm looking for, but also this woman is an attorney or a marketing expert or a branding expert or a graphic designer, and that's something really that I need in my business today, because we're hyper-focused on freelancers and entrepreneurs, with an intention of hitting the remote working economy as well, but to stay hyper-focused at the moment. So that's essentially what Quilt is.
Yeah, it's focused on community at the forefront, community for women, and empowering women to learn from one another and gather together. And also, it's a financial opportunity. So you get a woman who's opening her home can make money off of this. So that at the core was something that was really important to us, to keep women on the journey of building what it is that they want and not feel like they have to go back to corporate America or show up to like a stuffy, pseudo-creative like office, and not feel supported by the women that they're working with, because that was just, my experience was that it wasn't as supportive of an environment. And so this is a way to kind of like a new structure that they can participate in.
So you guys dove into the idea of Quilt a little bit, but speak to the inspiration a little bit more and how you're really filling this void in the marketplace.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us having run one co-working space out of a home and just watching the behaviors of these women and what their needs and what their desires are. So it wasn't something that just, which I think those ideas are also beautiful, but it's not like we woke up one morning from a dream and said, oh, I had this download. This was really coming from a place of insight and taking the time to really listen to what the community needed and wanted. So I think, for us, the inspiration is the opportunity to, again, just empower women to become their own community builders and to monetize their assets whilst they are community building and doing business development. So kind of this opportunity to redefine networking. So you don't have to go to a 500-person conference in order to make connections with other women. Instead, you go to 5 Quilt sessions over the course of a month, and you've just met 50 new women in a more intimate and safe and authentic environment. So the inspiration for me personally is just I love women, and I want to support them on their journey in any way that I can. And I think that Quilt is certainly one way that we're doing that.
Yeah, and I know you're big advocates for you don't have to adhere to how it's always been done. You can create a new way. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, it's always taking the positive action and being solution-oriented. So we know the kind of innumerable issues that women face today. So whether it's around fundraising or unconscious bias, but as opposed to focusing on that, it's like, cool, there's all this stuff happening and it's really unfortunate, but what would it look like if we were to just do it? Mm-hmm. So I guess that's why the future of work and workspace is kind of the starting point. So it's like, instead of complaining about it, what would it look like for women? Where do we want to work and what do we want that to look like? Okay, out of a home with other amazing women. Mm-hmm. So we're just doing it.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your entrepreneurial journey with us. So cool what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.